Hello and welcome everyone. I'm the Up or Down, aka Tud, and today I'm going to be continuing our playthrough of Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. In the last video, we were proceeding to level up our characters' jobs here. With Blue Mage on Tud, we are almost done with learning, and we're about halfway done with Damage MP. With Mont Blanc, we have switched him to Thief in order to get Counter. So he is just starting on that. We have Nectsu as the Thief. Nectsu in a previous playthrough had a yellow card, so in the last video we had to pay his bail and wait out one battle in order to get him released. So he unfortunately did not get any experience from the last battle that we did, so he still needs a little over 2 battles. So either 3 battles or 2 battles and a send-away mission. Kaif we have now in the Defender role, working on Defend Combo. Yatulio is working on Float Eye and Damage Mana Points. In our last video we captured a red Ahriman, which is a type of Float Eye. So now, when transforming into a Float Eye, you will be able to access both the blue and red variants' abilities. And then we have Leticia. She is in the Red Mage role, working on Blizzard and Catch. And due to us having to pay Netsu's bail and keep him from the battlefield, we have had to work on Amelia here. She, in the last video, completed her Cure and Protect abilities, and we now have her working on Swarm Strike and Shield Bearer. The intention there is to unlock Red Mage, so we'll be able to start the same track with her that we are with Leticia. Alright, are there any good missions available at the moment? We have Desert Peril. There's been a rash of attacks by crazed monsters in the Elute Sands area recently. Will pay for research and removal. Elute Civilian Militia. This is a combat mission that does not have an expiration date. So this mission will remain on the map until completed. I'm going to go ahead and switch Yatulio to control here. Bud has learning on, that's very good. Mont Blanc has counter. We're going to switch that back to catch. I don't want to accidentally kill one of the monsters that I'm going to attempt to capture. Alright, everything looks good. Let's go fight some monsters. Now, I don't know that I've shown this before, but you can actually check the laws before entering a combat. So the laws will be no use of ice magic, but the use of fire magic is recommended. Now, if, say, you didn't like that particular forbidden law, all you have to do is move around the map until the month changes. This does make it a little bit more challenging here. So the laws are no use of fighting. Penalty for a successful attack. Abilities are not penalized, so there can be no direct attacks. Everything has to be abilities or magic related, and you are actually given judge points for using red, white, black, or blue magic in this combat. Now, what I'm going to do here is try to obtain some monster abilities for my main character Tud. I don't have to worry about capturing any monsters here, as I already have... Actually, I'll have to double check that. I don't think I have a bombshell, but I may. I have a bug soul, panther soul, and an eye soul. Ah yes, I do have the bomb soul as well, so no, I will not need one of those. In which case, I will switch Nexu's secondary from Hunt to Aim, so he can boost his own attack and potentially inflict blind. And we will place Leticia here as well. Alright. Defeat all enemies. Go ahead and weaken the bomb here. Don't believe there are any abilities that he can teach me. Maybe blow up. Unfortunately, you cannot learn every ability that a monster has, only particular abilities. We'll go ahead and use Ice Breath here. Let's attempt to control the Rock Beast. 70% chance. Unfortunately, it missed. Attempt to blind the bomb here. Unfortunately, with no success. Throw out a little black magic here. Let's try fire. .44% chance to hit. And it succeeded. He's going to attempt to blind me here with Sandstorm. Resonate. Well, that changes everything. That just disabled my entire party. Only real option at the moment is to just try and stay out of range until disable wears off. %32 chance to hit. Unfortunately, my Morpher received his turn before the Rock Beast, so I now have to re-tame the Rock Beast. Luckily, the percentage was 90%, so no concerns about missing there. Alright, so let's attempt to learn an ability here. I don't know if this can be done while disabled, so let's find out. Metra Magic. It can. Wonderful. What Metra Magic does is it swaps the health value and magic value of the target that you use it on. He has successfully decreased my defense value. Alright. So we now have, again, the ability to use magic. So I could use poison here. Instead, I'm going to use magic. I feel direct damage is the best way. Still unable to act. Let's go ahead and use Ice Breath here. With any luck, we'll take at least one of them out. Fireball. Go ahead and use Air Render here. And since we are forbidden from using melee attacks, I will use Blind here. And fail spectacularly. To keep control of the Rock Beast for now. Too dangerous to just have him roaming around. Let's go ahead and take out the bomb here. Now, I'm going to attempt to do something that I've never done before. I'm going to see if I can get one of the enemies thrown in jail. Now, in order to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Morpher here to take control of the Rock Beast and force it to melee attack its ally. Yellow card. one more melee attack, and the rock beast will be going to jail. Now, counter as a reaction ability does not count as a melee action. It counts as a reaction, so it does not suffer a penalty from the current laws of the engagement. Right, let's get the rock beast removed from combat. Ah, another yellow card. And now a red card. Kimmerith, go to prison. It's going to take me an additional turn to gain the distance here. Go ahead and morph into a Float-Eye. If successful, this will end the combat. Alright, not a bad engagement. We picked up a beast ability for Tud, and we also managed to imprison one of the enemies. That went well. Let's keep up the good work. I received the Partisan weapon. Tud has mastered Learning, Mont Blanc has mastered Steel Experience, and Kaif the Defend combo. Itolio with Damage MP, and Leticia with Blizzard and Catch. That was a very eventful battle. 2 more battles for Tud to complete Damage MP. Mont Blanc, we will go ahead and switch over to the Thief combo. Nexu is still working on his abilities. Kaif, let's see what we have available for you. Defense we already have. The Partisan Spear will help with the Temp ability here. I don't currently have the Templar unlocked, so I won't be able to proceed with that. So instead, let's switch over to Warrior here. There's one ability that I wanted to pick up that I just recently unlocked. So with Gale Sword, we can learn Greased Bolt. Greased Bolt is an attack so fast that the target cannot react. So if you're attacking an enemy that has Reflect Reflex or Counter, this ability will circumvent that and prevent them from performing their reaction. Itolio has finished Damage MP but needs 1 additional turn for Flow Die. Leticia has mastered Thunder, Blizzard, and Poison. Let's see if we have any additional weapons for her. Looks like we do not. In that case then, I'm going to go ahead and switch her over to White Mage. Want to try to build more magic-related abilities for her to use. So we're going to switch from Aim to Red Magic to make use of the other abilities here. And as you can see, under the Red Magic tree here, I have Cure pending. And the reason for that is because Cure is shared between White Magic and Red Magic. So learning it in one will also learn it in the other. Okay, so now we will move 1 additional tile here, and then back, and check the laws. So now it is forbidden to use Shell, and recommended to use Silence. Previously it was forbidden to use Fire and recommended Ice, so this is much more beneficial for us. A blue panther. We do not currently have one of these, so I will be attempting to catch one now. Listen to that thing howl. Maybe the monsters around here really have gone mad. Alright, so we have a new enemy here. Nafsa, the flan. This flan is specifically a lightning flan. It will cast lightning-related magic. We also have Rackener, the bug. Tiridates, the red panther. Rutinda, the red panther. And Talon, the blue panther. My goal is to capture both the blue panther and the lightning flan. Now, the difficulty with the lightning flan will be that it is highly resistant to physical attacks and very much weak to magic attacks, so we'll have to find that balance between the two. The panther here has access to haste break, which will slow a target, and reveal, which finds and reveals concealed enemies. I believe haste break may be a learnable ability. I know that poison claw is, so that will be something that I hopefully will be able to pick up in the near future. Nafsa has 435 defense. He does not have any abilities other than Thunder. There is an additional ability that Flans can occasionally have, called Acid, which will, if successful, cause a random status ailment. That is a learnable ability for the Blue Mage. The Antlion's Sandstorm here is a nice ability to have on the Blue Mage. It's a nice AoE attack that causes blind. Alright. Leticia and Montblanc can both use black magic. I think it'll be a good idea here to switch Iatulio over to black magic as well. And we need to make sure Nexu has Hunt equipped so we can capture some monsters here. And I think we are ready. So let's check and see what sort of damage we're looking at here with magic. 25. That would be almost fatal. Perfect. That puts it in just the right range for my hunter to be able to take it out on the next turn. Go ahead and do some ice damage here to the first Red Panther. Or attempt to, anyway. Poison Claw. Life is now just under half health. Going to use air render here to try to bring down or close to critical health for the red panther. Alright, let's see if we can capture this monster here. 22% chance. No luck. Don't want to accidentally hit the flan here, so I'm going to direct my magic over at the antlion instead. Looks like he's going to heal himself with a tier 2 lightning spell. Hoping again not to get a critical. Going to attempt now Ice Breath. Hopefully it will hit both of the panthers. Very nice. Unfortunately, there's no good way to hit the panther without accidentally hitting an ally or the flan. So I am instead going to attempt to hit the blue panther. 40% chance. Right. I have to be careful here not to accidentally kill the blue bug. If I do, I will not be able to capture one of the two monsters I'm looking to capture, because capture cannot be the last action performed in combat. %19 chance. No dice. Fortunately, I don't have a good way to deal with the antlion at the moment. We're looking at 36 damage in melee. If I decided to use Ice Breath, what sort of damage output would we be looking at here? About the same. I'm assuming he is going to attempt to heal himself again. Yes, indeed. Going to attempt to slow my character here. And he succeeded. Fire magic from my Morpher would unfortunately end the opportunity to capture the flan, so we're not going to do that. I could, however, bring the Panther a little bit lower without taking him out of the battle, so let's go ahead and try that. A 20% chance to capture the Blue Panther. With no success. Alright. The ally with the lowest health here appears to be Kaif, so we're going to move close and heal. I'm attempting to surround the enemy to make it more likely to use Sandstorm, but unfortunately I'm not having much luck with that so far. My intention with having him use Sandstorm is so Tud can learn the ability. So if Mont Blanc were to cast, say, Fire on the flan, it would be fatal. Okay, so we don't want that. This is gonna hurt. Let's try again here to capture the blue panther. %20 chance. Success. Alright, that is one down and one to go. There's no real point to attempting to use magic to bring the Flan low this turn. He will just heal himself back up before I have a chance to get over there. Going to attempt to perform first aid here, heal myself up a little bit. Alright, Sandstorm. Huh. Would appear I did not learn the ability. So now, as a Panther, I have access to both the red and blue Panther abilities. And I also have access to abilities that even they did not have access to, such as Blaster, which will allow me to petrify an enemy. I'm going to go ahead and remain here to prevent the Flan from moving forward here. Let's go ahead and throw a Blizzard. Actually, we will hold off on that until the following turn. Trying to find a position here that won't allow him to hit me twice. Actually, if you move and perform no action, your character will fall into the turn order as normal. But if you wait and neither move nor perform an action, your turn will come up faster in the rotation. So I will just stay there and wait for now. So if I attempted to poison this enemy, how much damage would we be looking at? 1. So instead, I'm going to use Haste Break here to slow the enemy down. If I attempted Air Render, that would only do 1 damage, so we will not be doing that. Hoping my White Mage will come up, yes, in the turn order before Nektu. Right, let's throw a little bit more magic at him. 25 damage. Fingers crossed it doesn't crit. Alright. Let's attempt another capture here. %21 chance. No deaths. Need to make sure that Kaif doesn't fall too low here, otherwise I might lose him in the combat. We don't want that. Both were successfully blinded by that attack. Let's try once more to capture this flan. Without success. Go ahead and use First Aid here, which will recover health, as well as remove the status ailment Blind, currently afflicting my character. I'm going to once again attempt to haste break the enemy, slowing him down. And I missed. Leticia has leveled up. She is now level 8. Going to move over and heal. Unfortunately, that means I will not be able to attempt to capture this turn. Going to once again heal myself. Unfortunately, I can't get close enough to make an attack that will bring the flan down low enough to perform a capture. Let's try Blizzard again here. 28 damage. This could potentially be fatal. Alright, that leaves the enemy with 1 health. That is the greatest chance to capture that I could potentially have. 24%. So 1 in 4 almost. Unsuccessful. Going to again attempt to haste break the enemy. See if we can't keep his speed at the bottom of the chart. And the flan is returned once again to full health. Just in time for my thief here to have almost no chance to capture him. If I attempt to use magic here, it would unfortunately be fatal. I think instead my best course of action would be to heal the enemy back to full, and then on her following turn attempt to take him back down to critical health. We'll just continue healing here. Going to attempt a melee attack. And he is leveled up. Going to haste break once again. Fingers crossed that this does not kill the enemy. 27 damage it said it should do. And it did. Alright, let's attempt another capture here. 23% chance. The game does not want me to have that flan. We'll go ahead and use First Aid here simply to level Kaif up to 8. Attempt yet another haste break. Success. Let's try again here. 23% chance. Your luck next time. Fortunately, I keep missing the haste break. If I could keep the enemy at critical health, it would be much easier to capture. Ah, he missed the cast on himself. %, chance. Success. Alright, we are safe to end the engagement. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and use the new ability we've just gathered from the Blue Panther Blaster. Petrify the enemy. 70% chance. We missed. Alright, and this ends the battle here. What could make a monster go crazy? Do monsters go mad like this often? Hoopo, we get jobs like this every once in a while. Really? I wonder what causes it. There are a number of theories, Kupo. I, for one, believe the crystal theory. Crystal? They say the palace made these magical crystals, Kupo. Their magic is so strong that it affects the animals. So, you think a crystal is nearby? I don't know, Kupo. It might just be a rumor after all. How could you make anything in a wrinkle in space? A wrinkle in space. Interesting. Desert Peril went well. Now, for the next one. Our clan has leveled up. We are now level 5. And we gained a skill point as well. Now, to place Yulia River. Alright friends, that brings us to the end of the episode here. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe, it helps my channel greatly. Or if you're watching from Twitch, or if you're interested in checking me out on Twitch, please feel free to give me a follow there and keep an eye out for more. Alright, until next time.